This is the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for Monday, the 19th of December. I'm Michael Groff. And a mild start to the week. Temperatures getting above normal today through Wednesday with some high clouds around. And then model madness, forecast uncertainty, weather chaos, however you want to look at it for the rest of the week heading out toward Christmas Eve. And the Christmas Day forecast a bit up in the air also. So let's get out there and talk about it this morning. We've got partly cloudy skies here in the valley. A few northerly breezes overnight have helped to hold up temperatures just a little bit too. Right now at 43 degrees at Sky Harbor. Dew points at 23, relative humidity 45%. Wind for the moment is calm and the barometer 30.26 inches and rising. And if you think forecasting low temperatures in the wintertime here in the Phoenix metro area is easy stuff, look at these numbers. We have more than a 15 degree spread. Buckeyes at 35. And then some parts of the area are in the low 50s right now. In the satellite picture, a few high clouds streaming in from the southwest. There's a cutoff low west of the Baja. That's helping to bring some clouds in here. We'll have to watch that feature. Plenty to talk about with that coming up in a moment. On the watch warning map, hard freeze warnings for the Las Vegas Valley this morning and parts of southeast California. Temperatures down in the mid to upper 20s in spots over that way. And freeze warnings for much of South Texas. Wind chill advisories down there as well. And I know it doesn't sound like a big deal, but wind chills down into the single digits as far south as San Antonio and Corpus Christi and Victoria, Texas this morning. On the convective outlook, there's no organized areas of severe weather to talk about. Some thunder along the Gulf Coast down toward Florida today. And with our weather, well, let's get into these interesting, perhaps even complicated details as we take a look at the models. This is the GFS, the 06Z run, valid at 5 o'clock Mountain Standard Time today. And there's that cutoff low west of the Baja today. High pressure trying to build in, and that's going to create something of a pressure gradient throughout the day today. Breezy northeasterly winds will set up around 10 to 20, maybe 25 mile an hour wind gusts at times today. Not going to be a windy-ish day, but locally breezy, occasionally windy, especially toward the Colorado River Valley this afternoon. High temps, much warmer, upper 60s to near 70 this afternoon. Tonight will be mostly clear, a bit warmer. We'll have lows mainly in the 40s. A few spots get down to the upper 30s, but most of us in the 40s tonight. Tomorrow, some high clouds around. High temps, low 70s. Some of the model guidance even suggests mid 70s. Same for Wednesday, but this is where the forecast starts to get a little bit murky. The European tries to bring some moisture in as that cutoff low drifts back our direction. The GFS holds it at bay for a while, but does show some moisture over the central Baja near the Sea of Cortez, the central and northern Gulf of California there. So we'll have to watch that with great intent. And then Thursday, the GFS brings a little bit of moisture into southeast Arizona. We'd have some increase in clouds here, and high temps may take a step back a little bit. We'd be back in the upper 60s. But I'll show you the European. This is Thursday morning, and it shows a big swath of precipitation coming on in here as it brings the closed low back toward the state. And plenty of moisture here. This is Thursday evening. Lots of rain here in south central Arizona. The GFS doesn't really show this. It keeps us dry for most of Thursday. A little bit of rain in southeast Arizona, as I mentioned. And it merges this low with a bigger system by Friday and Saturday. And we'll talk about that now. This is Friday off the GFS. And if this were right, and the European seems to agree with this part, we'd be kind of between systems here. Friday would end up being a pretty mild day, highs mainly in the mid-60s, the sky partly sunny. But then Saturday, we've shown you several different looks out here over the last few days. We were showing you a very deep low over Arizona, very cold day with some rain. Then a brush by this system, a pretty dry day Christmas Eve, just fairly mild temps. Now the idea of an unsettled weather pattern is back on the table for Christmas Eve. So this is 11 a.m. Christmas Eve. Look at that. Rain here in southern Arizona with some snow up north. This is a pretty chilly system. We'd have highs cooling back down toward the upper 50s or low 60s if this were to verify. The European is much stronger and colder with this system and brings another round of pretty significant precipitation in here. So, again, it's hard to say. The last two European operational runs have been much wetter. The GFS trending a little bit that way, and we'll show you even more model madness as we go out here a little further. This is Christmas Day, and the overwhelming majority of the models seem to indicate that it'll be a mostly sunny day, maybe a few clouds. The difference is the temperatures. The GFS shows us warmer. The European has us much chillier. It's about a 10-degree spread in temperatures. For now, we're going to split the difference and say that it's a mostly sunny day with highs in the low 60s. That seems pretty ideal for Christmas Day. All right, this is a week from today, Monday, the 26th of December. Back off the GFS, and a pretty good low diving down the west coast. Broad southwesterly flow starting to increase around that. Clouds would be coming on in here. This is Tuesday, the 27th of December. A deepening trough here over the west. And this suggests that maybe we'd have another round of unsettled weather. And this is the end of the forecast period, the 28th of December. This is Wednesday. And look at that. That's a cold low around here. And we'd have some chances of rain if this were to verify. Look at that ridge over the east. Wow. So a pretty high amplitude pattern setting up shop by next week. And the models do agree on this part. There's pretty good model agreement way out toward 10 days. But unfortunately, by day 4 and 5, there's huge disagreements. So we'll see how all of it shakes out. I would tend to favor a drier forecast right now, because we've just been so dry. But as I keep saying, it's not a question of if, it's a matter of when one of these systems is going to be a significant weather maker for the Southwest. It could be this week. We'll just have to see. All right, how much rain are we actually going to get? That's the question everybody wants to know. The GFS says this is for the next 10 days. Anywhere from a third to 2/3 of an inch. Some spots getting a little bit more in the North Valley and up north and east of Phoenix. Up by pace, and certainly amounts could be upwards of 1.5 inches, 2 inches. Look at the European. Wow, that's a lot of orange and red there. 2 to 3 inch amounts in parts of central and southeast Arizona. And even here in the metro area, amounts anywhere from 1.5 to 2.1 inches. Wow. The GEM, this is the Canadian model, and it's somewhere between the two. Rainfall amounts 3/4 of an inch to an inch here in the valley, with more rain over southeast Arizona. The GFS, the Euro, the Canadian all sort of agree on heavier rain down toward Tucson, Globe, Safford, Douglas, Sierra Vista maybe. But around here, that's the real question mark. So we'll see. Temperatures off the European ensemble through the period, and I pulled them off of here because it seems that these are probably a little bit closer to realistic, but again, these are highly subject to change, so certainly not set in stone. A bit cooler toward Christmas. I think highs are a little warmer than this, maybe the low 60s. But overall, the idea of cooler weather toward the end of the month, temperatures a bit below normal, and an unsettled weather pattern does seem to be more likely out that way. And that's a look at the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. Our next video with hopefully fewer question marks by tomorrow morning. Thanks as always so much for watching. Really appreciate it. Have a great Monday.